This is Jeff Makinen from DRF Sports. Today I'll be handicapping the Saturday afternoon AFC playoff game between the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans. It'll be the first playoff of four in the wild card round. It starts at 4:35 p.m. Eastern Time in Houston. Your DRF Sports subscription has you covered for the playoffs along with the rest of the bowl season. You get access to our game simulators, power lines, winning betting angles, and our sports form tip sheet. And at the end of this video, I will be sharing with you who our handicappers from the sports form like in this game. It is a consensus pick, and two of our handicappers selected as a best bet. Houston opened up in this game as a 3-point favorite with an over-under of 41. The line has dropped to Houston minus 2.5. The total has jumped to 44. Looking at our game simulator, you have Houston projected to win estimate number 1, 22-20. Estimate number 2 calls for a tie at 24-24, and our power line projects Houston to be a 2-point favorite. So overall, if you take a consensus of these three, Houston will be roughly a little over 1-point favorite, so a little bit of a value edge there to Buffalo. The over-under will be 45, so not much of a lean either way at the current number of 44. Looking at these two teams, Houston is entering this game with a negative point differential, although that has to have an asterisk next to it given the fact that they did lose resting starters last weekend by 21 at home to their AFC South Division rivals, Tennessee. Buffalo comes in plus 3.4 and is getting it done defensively, allowing just 298 yards per game overall, and just 195 yards passing and 5.6 yards per pass. Those are excellent numbers for the Bills. Looking into our betting angles, Buffalo, they have been road warriors this year. They're 6-0 against the spread, and that includes 2 pushes in road games with an average win of 6 points. In fact, Sean McDermott, off a loss on the road over the 2 years he has coached, is 7-2 against the spread, and Buffalo did lose last week to the Jets. Analyzing the betting action in this game, pretty evenly split. Houston 52% of the action, where Buffalo 48. Despite the somewhat even action, the odds makers have moved the line off of a key number of -3, so there has to be some sentiment here towards Buffalo. Over underside, you have 65% of the action favors the over, coinciding with that 3-point movement up. One key injury of note here for the Texans, their two-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, two-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, defensive end J.J. Watt is expected to return from his pectoral injury. That will undoubtedly give a boost to the Texans' defense. Head-to-head between these two teams, not a lot of action. They did play last season back on October 14th of 2018. Houston, as a 10-point favorite, did beat Buffalo 20-13 in that game. As I mentioned, both teams, Houston coming in off a loss, are 35-14 to Tennessee. The Titans were playing for our playoff bid in that game, and Houston was resting their starters, so there's really not a lot you can read into that. Same situation for Buffalo. They lost a home game to their AFC Eastern Division rival, the Jets, 13-6. Again, Buffalo did rest their starters here, so not much you can take out of that. Buffalo did the week before lose a heartbreaker in New England, which basically cost them any shot of the division title. Overall in this game, there are reasons to like both sides. The Bills have been exceptional on the road this year. They're an excellent defensive team, and there is a little bit of line value according to our power rating systems. The Texans are the more experienced playoff team here, and the quarterback of Buffalo, Josh Allen, is making his first start here in the first playoff start on the road here. So our handicappers in this game from the sports farm do like the Buffalo Bills to get this thing done, plus the 2.5 points on the road. Two of them, as I mentioned, do call this a best bet. So they take the Bills. plus the 2.5. Thanks for watching. This is Jeff Makinen at DRF Sports, Twitter handle at SportsDBExpert. Log on at www.drf.com and click the sports logo in the upper right-hand corner to get access to all this great content for just $5. Thanks again for watching. Good luck.